Hey, what's going on, good peeps? Got another story for you. 3-year-old found with 2 kilos of coke in his book bag. But first, let's get into this.
What are you waiting for, huh?
What am I waiting for? Days.
All right, guys, what's going on with you? I'm your man, Chris Thorns. Hey, welcome to the show. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, you heard it right. 3-year-old found with 2 kilos of cocaine in his book bag. Now, again, like I tell people who listen to me, once you think you heard the worst is yet to come. What is a 3-year-old doing with cocaine in his book bag? Well, of course, the mom has something to do with it. The lady we're going to be talking about right now, if I say her name right, she's 35 years old. Her name is Tierra Tocorra, all right? Tierra Tocorra, all right? And the investigation started after deputies with the MCSO received a tip about a woman identified as Tierra having large amounts of drugs at a known location. Actually, her name is Tierra Tocorra Hill, so they got her full name here. And according to reports, deputies saw Hill leaving her home and initiated a traffic stop. Making a poor decision. I think that's giving too much credit. I think she made a deliberate decision and said Sheriff Burch. Okay. Wow. Let's listen.
A Mobile mother is behind bars in Metro after sheriff's deputies say they found guns and almost $500,000 worth of cocaine. But investigators say that's just the beginning. Our Dacian Smith is in the studio tonight with more on this story. Dacian, you're told children were put in danger.
That's right. The sheriff says when deputies got to the woman's house, one of her children was actually wearing a backpack full of cocaine. And that's why they hope she stays in jail for a while. Several kilos of cocaine are now off the street after deputies say a Mobile mother put her 4 children in serious danger. Investigators say this all started when the sheriff's office received a tip about 35-year-old Tierra Hill having a large amount of cocaine at her house on Harvey Court. Sheriff Paul Burch says she was seen leaving the house on Saturday but was caught soon after.
They received some information that she may be delivering some cocaine. There was a traffic stop conducted where she was ultimately found to be in possession of about a pound or 1.5 kilos of cocaine along with a firearm.
But that was just the beginning. When investigators searched the house, they say they found Hill's 4 children, ages 3 to 15 years old. They say the 3-year-old was wearing a backpack with around 2 kilos of cocaine in it. The sheriff says they also found another backpack with 1 kilo of cocaine and 2 handguns nearby.
There are a lot of possibilities that could have occurred had the children, number one, ingested any of the cocaine or been exposed to it. And then you've got these young children, have handguns within their reach as well.
MCSO says all of the cocaine is worth around $450,000. Jail records show Hill has been in and out of Metro Jail almost 10 times in the last few years, and they hope she won't be going anywhere soon.
It's just alarming to me that a mother would allow their children to be exposed to these type of things. She has to see a judge before a bond is set. But my 2 cents is she ought to sit her butt in jail until she goes to trial. I mean, she subjected those children to some extremely dangerous situations.
At last check, Hill remains in Metro Jail and faces multiple charges, including trafficking cocaine and 4 counts of chemical endangerment of a child. Live in studio, Dacian Smith, Fox 10 News.
Some things I just wish that when you hear the title, you could just say, hey, it's made up. But unfortunately, this stuff is not made up. This shit is real. Okay, I just said this in the stream the other day, how mothers is putting their children in situations that they don't need to be in, okay? What in the hell of your right mind would make you even think to involve your young 3-year-old in some shit like that? Putting shit like that in his book bag, like they saying, putting him in danger. And the other backpack had drugs in it too. This is a 3-year-old, and the mom is putting him in a position that he don't need to be in, let alone put him in a position where he can end up getting hurt, or like they said, exposed and get real sick, or whatever else you want to call it. It has come in time now. We had to question the mental state of a lot of you folks. I understand, man. A lot of people be tight on money. A lot of us is not rich. Lord knows I'm not rich. I'm not gonna sit around like I am rich. All right, at $40,000 to $50,000, that's a lot of money that a lot of us probably could use right now. But is it really worth it on the behest of your own children? I don't think it is. Because they should come first more than anything. They should become first. Now, you probably have a lot of people going to say, which I kind of hate y'all who do this, but in somewhat of a sense, I understand. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to say, she probably single mother and she doing what she had to do, to survive. I can understand it to a certain extent, but at the same time, though, when you put it like that, it's almost like, to me, you make it her sound like she's selfish, because if she doing something like this, it sounds like she's thinking more of herself. Because really, if somebody was doing some thinking or critical thinking, she would have been like, I don't need to put my children in this. It's already bad enough that I'm dipping and dabbing up in it. But to put it in my children's backpack like this, and knowing that they carry this backpack around, going to school, or whatever they go with this backpack, that's not a good idea, and I don't want to expose them to this. All right? But then again, that's what you call common sense. Common sense with a lot of people would have been like, there's no way I'm finna do this. No way at all I'm finna do this. I love my children, and I would never do nothing to harm them. At least that was a rule that a lot of people lived by back in the day. But it seemed like that's not what a lot of people live by now. All right? And I think that's how a lot of these people get pity from the people across the globe, using their children as a tool, and have everybody all up in their feelings, feeling some type of way about this person because they making poor decisions. Poor decision is a poor decision, whether you're a mother or not. Poor decisions are poor decisions, whether you're a father or not. We're not stupid, okay? And when it comes to something like this, we are not ignorant. We might want to play stupid. We might want to play ignorant. But we are not. We know damn well something like that is going to go left. Then she'd be in and out of jail 10 times. And I'm assuming she'd be in and out of jail for the same thing 10 times. And some of y'all still going to say, well, she doing what she got to do to take care of her kids or whatnot. Come on, man. You selling drugs, you selling coke, going in and out of jail. So, okay, maybe I'm missing a point. How is this helping any? For those who may be saying it now, maybe some of y'all may not be saying that. But for those of you who feel like that, who has a sympathy heart for people like this, I ask you, how is that helping you dealing with that much cocaine? And not only that, you cause going back and forth to jail. How is that helping at all? How? And how can you sit up here and say that she's a single mother getting her son? No. I don't knock a hustle. I really don't. But at the same time, depending on what the hustle is, I don't condone it. And this is one I definitely don't condone. And this is one I will knock when you're doing something like this. But other than that, though, when it comes to a lot of people, I don't knock the hustle. a lot of times we do have to do what we got to do. But at the same time, though, we don't need to be hurting the children in the process of trying to do what we need to do. All right? And me personally, I always say it's always a better way. It's always a better way. You just got to put your mind to it and make it a better way instead of making excuses all the time. And we got a lot of people like that too. They make a lot of excuses as to why things not going their way. All right? So, wow. Say making a poor decision. I think that's giving too much credit. I think she made a deliberate decision, said Sheriff Burch. He added, I think she made a deliberate decision to ride around with substantial amounts of drugs and a fire. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the guns. The guns in the book bag. Drugs and firearms in her car and leave her children home unattended with even more cocaine and more drugs. So that's a deliberate action, not a poor decision. In addition to finding amounts of drugs in the car, deputies found a 3-year-old child wearing a blue backpack containing 2 kilos of cocaine. It's safe to say that the 3-year-old probably did not put the drugs in the backpack, said Burch. Each kilo is 2.2 pounds, and they commonly refer to that as a brick. So you got 2 bricks in the backpack being worn by a 3-year-old. Hill was charged with trafficking cocaine, second-degree possession of marijuana, tampering with physical evidence, and 4 counts of chemical endangerment of a child. Sheriff Burch emphasized we will not stop our fight against violent crime and drug dealers in Mobile County, however the hell you say it. And it goes to the previous story, which pretty much saying the same thing. You know, so I don't need to go through all that. So you get the gist of what's going on here. Guys, I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. Good thing come out of the story, nobody died. No children has died. I guess that's a plus to this story. No children has died. But at the same time, you just can't help to say, what if? What if, though? Now what's probably end up happening now, children probably going to foster care unless the dad pop up somewhere and come get him or her or whoever the child is. You know, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And like I say a lot of times now, maybe I'm just talking out the side of my neck because I'm not a father. I don't have any children. So maybe I don't understand a lot of this shit. You know, maybe I am being too over opinionated when it comes to a lot of these stories. I don't know. I don't know, but this is nuts. This is fucking nuts. And one last thing I want to say. She's not going to be the first. She's not the first. She definitely sure as hell is not going to be the last. And I ask the fathers, if y'all around, man, please step up. Please step up. You know, and do something. Step up, man. And do something, man. Because these children are dropping. They're dropping like flies. It's almost every day now. Something is happening to a child. Either they dead or they getting involved in some mess that the parents are putting them in that they don't need to be in. All right? Now, when I say fathers, I'm talking about fathers who ain't doing this shit either, because I know you got a lot of fathers that just dipping in this shit too. But I'm talking about the ones, you know what I'm saying, that actually care and they actually want to see their child survive. Those are the ones I'm talking to. Now, the ones who out there doing the drugs themselves, I mean, I don't, you know, I should have to tell you that you should be able to, or have the mind with, you know, to go get your child, you know what I'm saying, not put them in danger because you live your life on the edge or whatnot. Anyway, I'm all over the place with this, you know, because this is heartbreaking and this is upsetting. Even though nobody died, but it's still upsetting and heartbreaking to hear this shit and to hear this dumbass shit on a constant basis. You know, it's very heartbreaking, and there's something that needs to be done. Whatever chemicals they putting in the food, stop. Whatever they put in the Kool-Aid, please stop drinking it, because these folks is going nuts. They are nuts. And this woman right here, what the fuck? That's all I can say is what the fuck. So y'all, I apologize if I sound like I'm all over the place, because I am. I probably am, because this is crazy, man. This gotta be one of the craziest stories I'd have heard. A 3-year-old, this mama put cocaine in a book bag. Wow. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, I don't even know what else to say. I really don't. This is sad, man. This is sad. But as always, leave your thoughts and stuff in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this, you know, and man, stay tuned for the next one, man. Peace out.